In October 2022, I had the opportunity to travel to Ukraine during the brutal Russian invasion of the Ukrainian territory. I went to support several organizations, including one who is directly providing supplies to the defense forces with cryptocurrency funds. Another one where I was able to donate a few drones and share my expertise with thermal and near-infrared cameras on drones, and one that really impacted me. There was an animal shelter near Kyiv that suffered a horrible shelling attack by the Russians, and where many animals died burned alive. During my time in Ukraine, I traveled to cities and villages that were totally devastated by the Russians, and I met amazing brave people and witnessed how quickly the Ukrainian people are trying to rebuild their country while fighting the war they never wanted. Follow me along this experience and please support Ukraine and their organizations with whatever you can, including calling your senator or representatives to keep the support for Ukraine alive. This fight is just not for freedom and democracy of Ukraine, but for the rest of Europe and the world. I'm planning to make a series of videos, including a separate one of my visit to the animal shelter, and then I will continue my channel with content related with wildlife photography, drones, and farm technology, and hopefully another visit to Ukraine in the future. Feel free to follow me here and also on Instagram at NaturebyGus. My trip started in Poland, where I decided to visit the Auschwitz concentration camp to energize my courage and remove any doubt that I was doing the right thing, even by putting my life at risk. We need to fight against dictators in the world that want to impose their egocentric agendas, not only in their own countries, such as Putin in Russia and Maduro in Venezuela, but even worse by invading peaceful and democratic countries such as Ukraine. So at this point, I was just leaving from Poland to Kyiv to take this many hours long train with a lot of emotions. It was kind of crazy to think that I was going to a war zone. And then here they are, just instead of having TV or a movie in the train, they just have instructions over and over again about what to do in case of a nuclear attack or a chemical attack. And at this point, I just arrived to Kyiv, to the train station, and instead of having, of course, any sign of welcome to Kyiv, it's a war time, they have a sign to find the nearest shelter in case of an attack. Here we are with some Russian tanks destroyed. Here we're going inside of one of the tanks. Crazy stuff. So who knows what happened with this car, but there's like holes everywhere. And there is a big hole there. And another one here. And another car destroyed here. Completely burned. Some missiles here in the city. So this is the playground, the kids' playground. There was an attack about 2 weeks ago, and you can see where all the attack happened. And you can see the fresh soil. All that was a crater, a big hole created by a missile or a drone, and you can see how close it was from the kids playing, and it's unbelievable. Now having a 1-year-old baby, it's just crazy to think that another country can think that this is a military objective. Well, this is the Tower Business Center that was hit 2 weeks ago with the missiles. And you can see the destruction. These are the military hedgehogs that are everywhere in the city just to protect from tanks and other stuff, heavy stuff coming to the city. But the amazing thing is that an artist decided to start painting them, and you can see the detail of paint is unbelievable, just to make them look a little bit better for the city and not that an eyesore. And what you're hearing are the air raid sirens, and that was very common during my stay in Ukraine. That was every night, sometimes every hour, every 2 hours, and you have to dress very quickly and go down to the metro or the bunker of your hotel, and there are many other places in the city to take shelter. Right now I'm in a town called Borodyanka, and this is a couple of buildings, residential buildings, again destroyed by the Russians. Completely destroyed family buildings. There is like a bathtub, toys. Everything destroyed. So we found this little toy, this little horse that I wanted to keep as honor to the family that was killed. Probably belonged to one of the kids, and I didn't want this to be thrown in the trash with everything else, and just to keep it alive. And every time that I see it, I will remember everything I saw in Ukraine. So this is another perfect example of another building completely destroyed by the Russians. It's a residential building. There is nothing military about this objective, and you can see right there another playground with families, dogs playing, and then this is the same building on the other side. We are now near Bucha, and this is one of the malls here that was destroyed. But the other amazing thing of Ukrainian that I keep mentioning is how resilient they are, right? So the building next to it, which was another small mall, is already rebuilt. That was completely destroyed a few months ago, and they completely rebuilt it. And you can see kind of like the modern buildings that are nearby. There is some damage on that building, but other than that, the buildings are pretty modern. This country is unbelievable. They try to be new and developing, but this is what happened when a bully country come to another country to try to invade it. So maybe if you see that playground with all the kids playing like normal families, everything seems so happy, until you realize that they just trying to have a normal life as much as they can, when you see what happened with their homes and all the destruction happening here. Everything is destroyed.
Це вже ж...
Ні.
Чекайте, може лютого?
Лютого.
On 28th of February, the Russians came to this road.
А потім 2 місяці був в Болгарії.
4 months he was in Lviv, and then for the next 2 months he was in Bulgaria.
Is the house?
Я його будував 15 років.
He was building this house for 15 years.
So, what was the story about the cat?
The cat was waiting for him for 3 months somewhere here, hiding in the trees. In this house lived him, his children, his grandchildren, like everybody.
І ще один санузел.
Gustavo, so this was a hall, and they had stairs here, and the stairs led to the second floor. This was a nice, good stairs. Here was just different rooms, you can see.
This is the food of the Russian army. That's what they're saying there, that they left here in this house that was occupied by them. And these 2 marks here are the marks of a tank that came through their yard and was staying here. So they're using their yard as a parking lot for Russian tanks.
So he says he knows about the disputes going on in the United States about helping Ukraine or not, and he says that it's really important for the children, for the further generations, because like his children and like his grandchildren, they live in Poland, and he doesn't know when they come back, because you know, until we win, it's not most likely possible for them to come back, because this is still not safe. The missiles and all the things that are happening.
And my trip is near the end. Now I'm in the border with Poland in a Ukrainian city called Lviv. That is a beautiful city, not completely attacked by the Russians, and here people are singing against the war. So here in Lviv, all the historical places have been covered with metal, and also metal cages like the statues and all that, to protect them from any attacks. Even with sandbags. Well, it's just crazy. I'm here in Lviv, and a woman was interviewing me here in Lviv. A beautiful house that the Russians destroyed. Oh man! And just when we are talking, there is a siren.
Yeah.
Has not been any attacks in weeks, and then just when I just arrived, the missiles are coming, the sirens are off. And then I have to come here to see if I can find a basement or something. So it's just a bad luck. So they're following me, the missiles. Well, this is just crazy. This is all the underground of Lviv, where we're taking shelter from the last siren, and it's beautiful. It's like a lot of historical things, but it's we're below the center of the city. Well, the trip is coming to an end, and I'm here in the train station, platform 4. That's what it is. So I'm going to take the train to cross the border with Poland now, and I will be in NATO territory. I feel a mix of sad, because I feel that I'm leaving this amazing country behind, with so many dreams, so many amazing people that has been under attack for the last several months. So I hope I can come back when everything is either better, or coming back to keep helping with the fight. Thank you, Ukraine. Slava Ukraini.